Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We have some time, so we're going to let the live build up a little bit, guys. Yeah. Okay, guys. Welcome, welcome to Motivational Mondays. We're going to wait a little bit, let the live build up a bit. Hope everyone is doing fine on this Monday afternoon. How y'all doing? Everybody's good out there? Nice. Thank you for tuning in again. Another week. Thanks for your support. You know, I just want to say I appreciate you guys a lot, especially who have been tuning in week after week. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Simone. How are you doing? How are you doing? How is Trinidad? Hey, be safe. You be safe too. Yes, guys, thank you again for tuning in to Motivational Mondays. As I said before, thank you so much for your support, your love that you have been giving me since starting in January. And I'm so blessed to have you guys being a part of it. And you know, just love in the house. Love, love, love. Plenty love. Right? So, we have 2 more minutes. We start at 8 o'clock. Just building the live a bit. Guys. Trying to be safe in the madness. Thankful for life. Yes, thankful for life is right. Girl, so many have passed away. And, you know, we just have to give God praise, honor, and glory, right? Yes. Good night, Dane. Love in the house, spreading love. If you feel unloved, know that Phyllis love you guys. And, tonight, my topic is how have you been coping with the pandemic and how is it affecting your life and the new norms. So we're going to be discussing that tonight. Good night, Shawnette. So I'll repeat it. Our topic tonight will be how have you been coping with the pandemic and how is it affecting your lives with the new norm. So okay, it's 8 o'clock. Let's get started. Shadra, you didn't type in the caption what topic was, what the topic is. Yes, so I'll start by opening with a prayer. You know that. I'm thanking you right now. Dear God, I want to thank you for what you have already done I'm not going to wait until I see results or receive rewards. I am thanking you right now. I'm not going to wait until I feel better or things look better. I'm thanking you right now. I'm not going to wait until people say they are sorry or until they stop talking about me. I am thanking you right now. I am not going to wait until the pain in my body disappears. I'm thanking you right now. I'm not going to wait until my financial situation improves. I'm going to thank you right now. I'm not going to wait until the children are asleep and the house is quiet. I'm going to thank you right now. I am not going to wait until I get promoted at work or until I get a new job. I am going to thank you right now. I'm not going to wait until I understand every experience in my life that has caused me pain or grief. I am going to thank you right now. I am not going to wait until the journey gets easier or the challenges are removed. I am going to thank you right now. I'm thanking you because I'm alive. I'm thanking you because I made it through the day difficulties. I'm thanking you because I've walked around the obstacle. I'm thanking you because I have the ability and the opportunity to do more and to do better. I'm thanking you because you have not given up on all of us. We're still in the land of the living. I'm thanking you because you have forgiven me. I'm thanking you because you love me and accept me and acknowledge me when I cannot do it for myself. I'm not going to wait another moment or hour or day. I'm thanking you right now for every little thing you have already done. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for all I have already received and all that is yet to come. I ask and so it is. May you be thankful for whatever you ask, you receive. Right? Hi, Steve. Good night. Yes. So our topic tonight is how have you been coping with the pandemic? I know it has been difficult for a lot of us, especially with the new norm and things that is arising day after day. I'm going to start with my experience, what I have been going through or what I've went through. So last year, as you know, I was off from work. They had given us 75% of our salary. And if you feel that you are high risk, they allowed you to take time off. So I did 3 months. And within the 3 months, it was tough with the new norm, you know, washing our hands more often than we do, wearing our mask, you know, sanitizing everything that we touch, and social distancing. Now, I know that it has been, you know, a norm for all of us right now. And I have adapted and more aware now of my surroundings when I go out, the things that I do, and stuff like that. I haven't been in huge crowds because I don't feel comfortable yet being around a lot of people. I still think it's very important. I know they're speaking about a third wave, and you know, we just have to keep focus and do what we have to do, right? The positive side for me, taken away from this, is that, you know, everyone around us now, taking things in stride in the sense that, you know, they're following protocol. Most of the people that I know. And since the pandemic have started, I've been around the same crowd. I really haven't gotten to be around different people. Good night, Leisure. So for me, my surrounding and my circle get smaller. And what I've noticed too is that you really know the people that love you and the people who support you and who is supporting you. And I think it's an eye-opener too for a lot of us, that you know who your friends are. So for me, I think that is a my takeaway with this, you know. So that's positive on my end. And learning to love yourself more, learning to know that tomorrow is no promise to you or me. So live life in the moment, live every day as is your last, because we never know when that breath of air can leave us. And for those of us that still in the land of the living, being healthy and our loved ones are still around is such a blessing. So those are the positive things that I take away from it. And never take life for granted, because we all are on borrowed time, right? So that's just a bit from my perspective. Let me hear from you guys. You know, how have you been? And what new, or what are your fears, or things like that. So let me hear some of the comments now on what you're going through. So I'll take some questions. You know. So good night, Dane. Shauna, thank you. Ligia, nice to have you, darling. How is Canada? I heard that it spiked back up in Canada. How are you guys doing over there? Let me know. Yes. Another positive takeaway I got from this too is that people are you know, they following the guidelines, right? Again, as I say, washing your hand. In the airport where I work, masks are required. You cannot not walk into the airport with not wearing a mask, so it is required by the Port Authority. Good night. And social distancing is very important still. But I noticed that some people not social distancing, because I had the experience where I went to the grocery store last week, and this man was underneath me and he was smelling terrible. And you know, I didn't like that, but I didn't want to say anything about it. Yes, we are not doing great. Oh, what's going on in Canada? Tell us, tell our viewers what's going on. If you could type it out and let us know what's going on in Canada. How much deaths? What are they doing? Did they shut things back down? Give us a little insight about it. Thank you, Karen, for joining my Motivational Monday. We are back to full lockdown. We had no phone service for the whole day. Thanks for Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, so that's going on in Canada. All right. How the death toll was there? I have Dane response. Dane said, this pandemic taught me live like there is no tomorrow. It also taught me to do better as a person, as best as I can. I think that goes for all of us. Sherry Ann, thank you for joining our live. Our topic tonight is, how have you been coping with the pandemic, and how has it affected you and with the new norms? Because I know some people still keep saying that we will be back to normal. I don't think we will ever be back to normal, because they have first, second, and now they're saying that we are in a third wave. So this is our new norm. So how have you guys been coping? The cases are, my niece in Canada said, yes, the cases are very high. Okay, so what are you doing to protect yourself leisure? What precautions? And is it affecting you? How is public transportation and different things like that? What time is your lockdown? Dane was Dane comment is, I was paranoid to the beginning. My biggest hurt was seeing people dying without their loved one. I used to watch the figures every day and I used to be depressed. Yes, that can be depressing. But how are you feeling now, Dane? And what make you feel a little better that you taking life now as it comes and to live your best life? I want to hear from you about that.
Carrie, I'm requesting to join.
Who?
Carrie, I'm requesting to join.
Oh, okay. Where?
Your member.
Yeah. I can bring her on. Let me talk to her. Hi, T. Carrie, she don't. Yeah. Okay, I might have my niece, Leisure. You can, if you hear me, I added you so you can come on a little bit and we can chat. That'll be nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, so those are some of the some of this stuff. And what I've noticed, because I traveled in January, I went to Mexico and I went to Cabo San Lucas, and they were Karen, like she wanna come on. They were taking all the precaution. I felt safe as my first travel since last year. And they wash your, they sanitize your foot, and they, you have to wear your mask, especially when you go to the eating areas. And when you go out, you have to have on your mask and different things. So I know with international travel, how is this affecting you guys? Because I know for me, um, traveling to Mexico in January, that is what I noticed. And I noticed you're working from home. Oh, okay. The just said she working from home. Okay. And I noticed that I went to St. Croix and I went to St. Thomas, and same protocol, same wearing your mask, same social distancing, um, same 6 feet. If you are family, like we were in Orlando also, and they when we went to the tour, like we did the safari and we did other stuff, um they took just the group, like we traveled in a group and they only took the group, so they wasn't really overcrowding. Even in Sea World, Disney World that we attended, they had you space out, whereas family could sit together but no really stranger. And they had like one row empty, one row full, and different things like that. So traveling international, I can tell you that yes, that is the norm, and they are doing things differently now. So even my experience traveling on the planes too, because I had the pleasure of going with American Airlines, and they sanitize their aircraft, they fog it, and stuff like that. So that is good. Delta, I had the pleasure of going with Delta too, and they are doing it also, fogging the aircraft, wiping, giving you hand sanitizers when you go in, and so everyone is taking the precaution, I think. So I think traveling in the air is one of the safest place that you could go, because I've seen what they have been doing while I travel. So I feel safe with traveling, I must say. And again, um, we rented cars while we went on our vacation, so we didn't really take public transportation like the car rental vans and different things, right? Terrian is saying, I'm so sad about all the one that passed, but I'm enjoying being home with my family and traveling, no work. Yes, that is one of the greatest thing, Terrian. I know that you are home now, so you're a full-time housewife and you are traveling with the children. So that is very good. how are you dealing with your spouses? Because I know, before I get to that, hold 1 second. I was paranoid to the beginning. My biggest, 1 second, trying to read the comments here. Yes, the same here still. I'm sad about all the ones that, yeah. All right, yeah. So my thing is, pandemic is hard. People in Trinidad not listening, girlfriend. I work in the hospital and there's always COVID cases every day. Yes, Karen, could you tell us more about it? It's so sad. I know, well, Trinidadians, some people just think it's a joke still, and it's not, you know. Now I've accepted, now I have accepted the things I cannot change. I believe God is in control. I have come to I have come so much closer to the Lord. Mentally, I call on Him. I walk right through. Amen for that, Dane. Terry Ann, spouse, I'm ready to go on a vacation again. Alone. Yes, I noticed that there is a hike in domestic violence, in the sense that being home now with your spouse for 24 hours, because if you have kids and they're homeschooling, you can't stand him or he can't stand you, and then the abuse, and then some women who working from home or lost their job and become fully a fully housewife, you know. Many husband doesn't like that, because now you're in the face 24/7. So how, for the married people or the ones that common law, how you're dealing with that with your spouses? um how about the children? Can you stand your children 24/7? Because I know before, a lot of people like to send the children to school and after school. So now your children in your face 24/7. How are you dealing with that? How? Tell me. Um, I know it's challenging, because most spouses can't stand one another. That's real talk. And but I think this supposed to, on a good note, I think it's supposed to make your bond stronger now that you're home with your husband or your children. Yes, I'm okay with my children. They are my joy. Yes, I know you love your kids. I know that for sure. um how do you feel with the hotels, Terry? And I know that you have been on many vacation. How it is, you think with the hotel? Because I have noticed all the hotels taking protocol too. So how have you been? What are your challenges, or what are your new norms? Yes, it's challenging, but I rather my children be safe. Good point. And this allows you to be more um, open and have a bond with the kids, because going to work each day, and you don't have time with them. Sometimes you're early in the morning, everyone leaving. Now you can come home the day and things like that. Dane is saying my children cannot cope anxiety, and the doctors are saying they see too much cases of this with the kids. Good night, Afia. Oh, so with some of the children now, Dana saying here that it is causing them to be having anxiety, because they're no longer being around other kids, going out as they normally do, doing the things that they accustomed doing, and especially they homeschool. So they're not interacting with the peers. So they're getting anxiety, and anxiety is not good at all. Um, I don't really do the hotels. I more do Airbnb, but I spray down and clean anywhere we go. You and my children, I cannot get T. My children and I cannot get along. Why children and you cannot get along, Dave? Oh, you see how everybody have the little challenges, right? Um, I think, but I always did that even before COVID. I take my own sheets and pillow. Oh, you do, Terrian? Wow. They, they just can't cope with this. I understand. I know. So I think they should start to offer counseling for parents, especially with these kids, and they having this anxiety because this is real talk here. They don't know how to deal with this. I know prayers and covering them. Hi Jackie, hi cousin. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You just have to pray for them and keep talking. I mean, anxiety is not good. It leads to depression. It leads to fear. It leads to a lot of buildup, and it just isn't good. So you just have to give them the support and love them and listen. Having a listening ear, I think, talking to them about it. I wish if he can or they can go out more often, so that fear of anxiety and it coming back a little normal where the kids are going to the park and playing a little basketball and stuff. So, you know, um, I don't know how to tell you how to deal with that, Dane. But I wish you all the luck, with this anxiety problem because it is a real, it's real. And I know children sometimes who cannot deal with it think about committing suicide and different things. So, you know, what Dane is saying, the doctors told me to put them back in school. Yeah, because they're not socializing. And socialization is very important even to human beings as we all need socialization. Yes, I think that will help. So yes, Dane, that would be nice if they could really start back to go to school. And it will be a new norm for them, but at least he will be socializing and mixing he and she with other kids. So it may not be as bad as it is. And I know um, they tend to play the game more and different things, seeing that they're home. So, you know, that will help. That will help. That will really help. So, all the guys, we're talking about how are you or how have you been coping with the pandemic and how are you adjusting to the new norms? I know for me, one thing I forget to tell you all, sometimes, I drive in my car, I take my mask off. Sometimes I come out of the car, next minute I'll be like, oh my God, my mask, and then I have to run back in the cafe. So yes, sometimes I forget to take my mask with me when I'm jumping out of the car, but it's right there. Normally too, when I go walking, I have bad allergies, so I don't wear mask in the park. No, I don't. I social distance. I try to walk when nobody is walking, but I do have my mask on my hand, and I need the fresh air. I wear masks on work to go to work. I'm not wearing no mask to exercise. I don't can breathe good, much less. So for me, I try to social distance when I am walking in the park. Well, the park not crowded anyway, and I'm not going to the gym. I cancel my membership because I am not working out with a mask on. It's just not working for me. Again, I have bad allergies, and it's just not working for me. So that's the precaution I take when I go walking every evening. I'm walking more now and exercising at home. So that's working for me. But for people who has asthma and who has breathing problems, a breath of fresh air in the park is always good. And the park is so huge, you don't have to be. I don't go to the crowded parks, and I walk away from people, and I have a lot of space when I'm walking. So that's good. So that's one of the things that I do, exercise a little more, right? Dana is saying here, at first I was like, oh my God, my my breath with them masks. I know, but after a while, it comes normal. What I think though they should do is keep the mask. Like, sometimes when we go to a restaurant, um, before they used to be talking to you, I think waiters and people serving now should have on their mask while they're taking our orders. If it comes in effect that you don't have to wear mask, that way they don't have to be talking down to you or talking over your food and different things like that. So I think that is one thing that should come out of this with people. Um, I know that for older people, it's very difficult. I know a lot of them are feeling more comfortable now with the vaccine to take a little walk in the park and see the grandchildren, because there are a lot of older people who was just getting food by the door from the kids and not getting to see or hug the grandkids or the children. So that's a plus. With the vaccination, they could now be at a lower risk of spending time with the family. um, I know Memorial is coming up and a lot of people will be going out. Just be careful. Um, keep your mask on. Don't let your guard down. Um, 4th of July is coming up too again. Wear your mask. It's not over yet. People are still dying. The numbers are still going up. Still take your precaution. For those of you that took the vaccination, those of us that did not take it, wearing our mask could protect others and getting our COVID tests often, right? I'm still undecided. And, you know, I will make up my mind in due time, but right now I'm not ready. But that's why I stay away from people and I don't congregate. Um, um, so, yeah. What you, Shadrach, how is it been for you? Mhm. Um, a job can't or a job cannot force an employee to take a vaccine. The law says you can't change the rules when you are already in a contract. So that is one thing. It has affected you from international travel. And, again, as I say, those countries that implementing that you must take the vaccination to enter the country, I would not be going to their country because I travel the world already. So for me, I don't need to take a vaccination to enter anybody's country. So I'm looking at my different options to go to countries that I know I could just take my COVID test to enter and take a COVID test to get out. So for me, that will be working for now. Um, Dean Becker says that's a culprit. What again? The problem is the vagrants, you say? Well, the homeless people, I mean, they're homeless, but at least I still see some of them wearing the mask. And most of them that when I drive in on the highways or they come with a cup, they have on the mask. But homeless people, we can't help that because there are homeless people all over the world. So, I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate for some people. And that's why I just say we have to thank our lucky stars, because, we are blessed. Okay, so Shadrach is saying COVID really put a damper on the creative industries, especially for creative entrepreneurs. It has been more about navigating, surviving, and diversifying as the year unfolds. It has not been easy. Yes, it did put a real dent into um, into those kind of businesses, and because a lot of people are scared. A lot of people scared, and people don't want to venture out. And they feel not the vagrant, it's the variants. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's the variant. Okay, all right. Yeah. So coming back to the businesses with being um event planners and different things like that. A lot of people scale down from things like that, and a lot of you remember we had a cap of how much people supposed to gather and different things. I think little by little, it's becoming better. So that's a plus. So hopefully by next year, God's willing, things might be a little better with the vaccination and different things like that. Afia here, this is a comment. At work, although we have plexiglass, I still double up on mask with a cute face shield. Plenty customers and co-workers interaction. My office had positive cases this year, but thank God so far so good. Worked through the pandemic from day one. Afia works in the United States Postal Service. Thank you for being an essential worker, Afia. Thank you, because I know working in the post office is very challenging, but still we we have been getting our mails and it never stopped. So thank you so much. Thank you all for the nurses and the doctors, and not forgetting all the workers who work in McDonald's and all the fast food places. Thank you. All the workers that work in the restaurants, thank you. The hospitals, the airport, all of us are essential workers. The firemen and women, the police officers, thank you for your service. The prisons officers, thank you. And even for the pastors, because now we have a lot of online programs now, seeing that we couldn't gather in church every Sunday. I've been taking in service on the net. So thank you for all the men and women who are out there and who never stopped during the pandemic and still delivering to make us feel comfortable. All the grocery workers, thank you. Um, well, can you guys shop in Walmart? We are not able to buy clothes, only food. Yes, we can shop in Walmart and we can buy stuff. So in Canada, my niece is saying they can only buy food and no clothes. Carrie, thank you, Carrie, for logging on. We have to be thankful. People lost so many family members. Yes, you are right. Um, Salute to all the essential and non-essential workers. Yes. Carrie, I know too that you are a bus driver. You take care of the kids, carrying them to school in Florida. How has that been working for you? And how has it, how have you been coping? And what are the new changes you are taking now? Welcome, Vicky. Welcome, Juanita. Driving my school bus with these children that don't want to wear their mask. Yes, and even today I have been to the post office because I had an online order. This little kid didn't have on any mask, and this older man, he went out. He said, "Mom, I'm in front of you." I said, "Sure." He went to try to get a mask for the little boy. His mother had on a mask, but she didn't care if her son had on any. He looked as though he was like 4 or 3. But you have to study the safety of your children. COVID didn't say that didn't have an age. So um, parents have to take better accountability. Melissa Granger, thank you for tuning in. Our topic tonight is how have you been coping with the pandemic? and how have you been, applying yourself to the new norms now, the new way of life? Um, I know that you deal in the public also. How have that been for you guys, business wise, in Trinidad? How have it been? I know that the Prime Minister um, closed down the beaches and certain establishments. I know there's a lot of businesses that closed down. Juanita is saying here we have to be thankful to all the essential and non-essential workers. We have to thank God every day, every moment, every hour, because I'm telling you, if you don't have God and you're walking the walk, I mean, it is so tough, and you have to have a mind, and you have to have people that good around you and surrounding you that could give you a positive good morning, good afternoon. I mean, people take just the little things that we do. We have to be thankful. So we have to keep that in mind, to be kinder, to have compassionate about people and things, and we don't know what they're going through. You liking my hat? Oh, thank you, Anita. I'm fancy tonight. I told my nephew I'm gonna rock a hat tonight. You know? Yeah. Um, yeah, and I would say always keep yourself surrounded around positivity, positive people. There's a lot of negative people, and you know. Oh, what you drinking tonight? Oh, I have my what's the name of this one, Jedra? I have Bella tonight, guys. Cheers, cheers to life. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, that's my 50th cup glass. My friend Crystal made for me. Shadrach, you not taking a drink? My nephew's here chilling with me. Um, yeah, so for me, I take life as it comes. We have to live, laugh, and love to the fullest. Know that tomorrow is no promise to you or me. And yeah, surround yourself with people and the people that love you and cherish them. I tell my nephew I love him. He might be say, my aunt crazy. But, you know, I love, you have to love. My son, every day, I text him and I tell him I love him. He might be sick of me telling him, but what you gonna do? You have to love the people who love you, right? Yeah. Kerry is saying some people think once they get the shot, they're incredible, but you have to still keep your mask on. Oh, once they get the shot, they think they're incredible. No, the shot is a prevention, but that doesn't say um, you cannot get it, because my girlfriend called me last week and she told me her husband got the first shot. They live in Atlanta, and he came home. He went to, I think, a baseball game with his daughter, and he came home and he was shivering and fever and stuff. So she had to put him in the basement. Um, when he went and tested, he was tested positive with COVID. He went to urgent care. He went to the hospital. The hospital didn't do anything. He went to urgent care. When they tested him, he tested positive. So he have been in quarantine for the last 14 days. Urgent care is taking care of him, and he have to go for his second shot. So taking the shot doesn't cure COVID. It's not to say that you cannot get it. You just wouldn't get the strain of it. That's it. You still have to wear your mask. You still have to social distance. You still have to wash your hands. The shot is just a precaution that you may not die because it's in your system. All right. Um. So, just be careful. Just be careful. And I was like, where y'all this go? Y'all don't go anyway. She said, girl. So you never know. You never know. You just have to walk safe, right? Um. What again? I know in California, um, it was high over there also. I traveled to California, and they too are taking precaution. Everywhere I've traveled, um, they pretty much is taking, everybody have to wear a mask. Everyone. Carrie, I got the first shot. Okay, so you have the first one. Okay, good. I know that right now they have a recall on Johnson and Johnson in the sense that they're not giving it out. I think they're doing some investigation and stuff, but the ones who got the Johnson and Johnson, they say once it didn't have a bad effect, you should be good. I mean, 6 people getting a blood clot to billions get it. You should be all right. Again, everybody's body is different, so we just have to walk safe and be safe and still take your precaution, right? Um, so uh, Joanne say, getting my second shot Friday. Okay, Joe, good job. I know my nephew Shadrach had took his shot, and his shoulder was hurting him a bit. I think that's the after effect because even Afia took hers last week too. And congratulations, Sherry. So you're getting your second shot in a couple weeks. Right, good. Mr. Joseph, thank you for logging in. So some people, I think I heard a lot of people complaining about the sore shoulder. You feel like your shoulder heavy and stuff. But after that, it's supposed to be okay. Remember, it's antibodies that they're putting in your body, yeah? So, your body will have a reaction to it. But after that, you're good to go. But yeah, so Anthony is saying job have gotten the PPE loans, so they're not supposed to lay off workers. Okay, that's good to know. I think they're getting better now, but I was saying too that a lot of businesses closed down. A lot of businesses going in full time to online. I see a lot of Macy's stores, JC Penney, all the big brands and stuff. Um, you know, Carrie, you're loving and rocking this hat. All you loving this hat tonight, eh? Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have different colors because, winter here, sometimes, I bald head, so I just rock my hats when it's very cold outside. But thank you very much, guys. Um, yeah, so, we have to take our precautions and do the right things, right, guys? Remember, we all want to live. We all want to live to see our parents, our friends, our relatives. So we have to take precaution. And again, we still have to keep in mind when you have a grandmom or elderly living in the home, you all still have to take precaution because you remember they're not going out to get it. So depends on who you surround yourself with, you all could take it back to them. So be careful. One, she's not, and I'm hoping for the best with her, with my nieces and them, whoever they surround, because she's 86 and I know she's not going to take it. I already spoke to her. So we have to take care of our old age, all right? Most of the old people, them, don't want it. So we have to take care of them. Even if you don't want to wear a mask, think about them. If you're living alone, you could do whatever and take your chances. But when you live around people, extended family, you have to take your precautions around them, right? What again? So I think it with the effects and the knowledge that it brought us to be more conscious, especially conscious around our surroundings, taking public transportation like the trains and the buses. I know on my job right now we can just park across the street, but from next month we have to go back to our car park, and they don't want anybody standing in our buses, and they want us to social distance. That's coming next month. That's one of Delta rules for us. Again, we have in my work area, we have cubicles. They have all the wipes, everything. They fog us every night. Even when we go in the morning, we still wipe down our computers, our keyboards, and we try to be as safe as we can. Um, we still wear our mask up there. If we eat in, well, you can't eat or drink with a mask on. But if you're speaking to someone, kind courtesy will say, put your mask on, right? And your mask is not supposed to be under your nose, but over your nose and covering your mouth. Remember, if you're coughing, you're going to cough in your arm and not cough where, you know. So still take your precautions, guys, and know that safety is first. Um, One of my friends called me and he told me he got the COVID last year, very, very bad. He was one of them that they put in one of these wards to die. And thank God for an African doctor who worked with him. He had already signed paperwork, everything for his wife, his children, and thank God he bounced back and he was able to testify to me about his COVID situation. I want to say um, condolences going out to Marlon Whiteman and his family. He passed away in Florida. Um, he was a Benedict's boy. I know him from Intercal, Roy Joseph scheme. Condolences went out to my friend Marlon Roberts. He didn't die of COVID, but he died suddenly. And these are young people I'm talking about, right? So death don't have an age. Just keep that in mind. Carrie is saying, I had to get the shot for protection, my daughter, because she had a kidney transplant and she also had both shots. A doctor said she needed to do it. Yes. Um, God is good. Thank you that she had a kidney transplant and she's alive, Carrie. And I know you do a lot of precautions when coming to her. And yes, taking it to protect her, for her protection. Kudos to you. We have a lot of people who high risk. She is a high risk one, so she has to be very careful. And thank God she's in the land of the living and she's okay. Um, Again, knowledge is power. When we know better, we do better. And each one can teach one. And that is why I say, we come here, we having conversation every Monday. Interaction is good because your experience could help somebody who's listening out there. There's a lot of people who don't like to be vocal. There's a lot of people who will log on and be quiet, but they will listen. So I just always say every test is a testimony. So when something happened to you, you could be a living example to someone else. And that's why they say speak up. Speak up. Do not keep things inside. Do not keep things inside and let it burn you up and unresolved, right? Anthony is saying take all CDC precaution. This COVID has no respect for who you are. Dr. Rowley has its second week now. Yes, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago have tested positive and he still has to, um, you know, still inside for 14 days or more. Maybe it's taking him a longer time because of his age too. So he has to quarantine. Esbert is saying, you look beautiful tonight, Sissy. Stay blessed. Oh, thank you, Sissy. I know everybody's loving my hat. And maybe I'm looking like, oh, my son is looking like me. um, yes, we have to take our all precaution. So, again, how have you been coping with the pandemic? What have been your biggest challenge? What did you miss? Um, I miss, I think, going to eat out. Because sometimes on a Friday or weekend you want to run and sit down and eat your best food, but I miss going out to have dinner. Um, what again I miss? Hmm. Um, I miss my little Trini gathering and stuff. But that didn't stop us last year because every Sunday evening we used to gather in Prospect Park with our chairs and we social distance and we used to come out because you need a fresh air. You can't be 24/7 in the house just lock up. You need some fresh air. But we social distance, right? Um, but we just have to be careful, and those of us that are working around older people and people that we high risk of, you just double up your mask. I double up my mask when I'm traveling, and take a precaution, guys. Just be safe. It could never not be safe, right? Socialization, yes, you miss socialization, Carrie. Me too. I miss it a bit. I miss it. I miss that, because I mean, you used to get to go out and you can't do the boat ride. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't. Boat rides and the big parties and different things like that. Yeah, life is just different now. It's more on a low key, low key. So we try to do different things now and more family things I try to do with my extended family and my good friends. Like when we went Disney World the other day, we had fun, but it brings us closer together and again, you know who love you, you know who have your back. So for me, I'm grateful for that. I know the people who I can call if I have a pain, you know. So that is good to know that, yeah, it still have good people around, right? Um, but still enjoying life. Yes, Kerry, we still have to enjoy life. I mean, the world keep going round and round, it doesn't stop, you know. And we just have to be grateful and we have to, at least I just always say, tomorrow is no promise to us. We have to live in the here and now. Because my mother always tell us to. She said, do what you can today because tomorrow is no promise. We want to make all these set of plans and you don't know if you will live through it. You understand? So my advice is live, travel. You want to go hiking, go hiking. You want to do skydiving, go skydiving. You want to climb the highest mountain, do it. You understand? You want to eat, eat. You want to drink, drink. Because there's a lot of people who cannot do these things. There's a lot of people who I always say, I can't wait to retire. And when they retire, they die a couple months, a year after they die. They don't even live to enjoy the retirement. So my philosophy is live now. I not retire. I not waiting till I retire to do nothing because time I ready to retire, I can't even climb up a stair because my knee ain't good, my back ain't good. So you have to live now. That's my philosophy. The cruise lines will take a while to run effectively. Yes, because it enclosed and they don't have, I think, yeah, the cruise line get hit the hardest, I think, because remember, again, I just say, we just have a plan, but God does have a master plan. Because you remember, I had my 50th birthday plan for a cruise, paid for it and everything. COVID come. COVID say you ain't going on no cruise. And they credit me back the money because they're not going anywhere right now. It's still nobody want to cruise because of the situation. So they're getting hit the hardest, I think, the cruise line. Um, Although activities still people will still try to go different things, but businesses felt it, I think, the most. And that's why it have a lot of big sales going on now. because people not going anywhere, so they're not shopping, they're not buying stuff. And I told you last year was the most money I ever saved because I ain't going out and I wasn't buying nothing, right? So yeah, and still people still not spending money that they don't want to spend really because they ain't going nowhere, right? And stop it buying things that you don't need. Some of you are shopaholics. You're buying, and putting down. Buy your clothes and wear it. You don't know. You mightn't live for tomorrow. So stop it shopping so much and buying things unnecessary. Treat yourself. Buy a pair of earring or something. You can wear it every day. Or a piece of gold or something. But, buying things and putting down, it just ain't making sense no more. But for the young people, again, most of you not taking this seriously. It is serious. Social distance and wear your mask. You still don't want to wear mask. I see you guys partying a lot. I watch social media. You're still not taking your precautions. So the hike in Trinidad is up, you know. Yeah, Shadrach, the cruise line will be a while for that. But you gotta be wise, man. And I don't know how much again the government will try to tell people to do the right thing. And still some people doing what they want. So they're on their own, you know what I mean? It's the guilty ones that pay for the nonsense. Joanne, why you say I stopped buying handbag? Yeah, because you ain't going nowhere, Joanne. You're not going anywhere, so don't buy any handbags, right? Um, but all in all, we have to say that we are alive and we're here, and we just have to be conscious and know that God loves us, and this is just an eye opener, I think, for people to know what is important and what is not, and to know that we deserve plans, but God have the master plan, and He has the say at the end of the day. And this was just a lesson for the whole world to know. He is in control because He shut everything down, right? So we have to be thankful. I would say we have to be grateful too for small and big things, and thanking Him that we still are wrong. And we, in our circle, I don't know any of us lost anybody due to COVID in our little circle that we hang around. Everybody's alive and doing well. So He has mercy upon us. For those that lose loved one, may they rest in peace. And we have to continue to pray for one another, and pray for each other, and pray for the countries, pray for the nation, pray for the heads that making decision over us. And we just have to try to walk safe. Um, Try and live a stress-free life. Those that are suffering from anxiety, it's not easy to cope, and I know it's tough for some people. And anxiety brings on a lot more strain and stress on your soul. So we have to be, you know, very aware, aware of your surrounding. And condolences to all who died because of the COVID, who was affected in any way possible. Again, please accept our condolences. This is a serious time we're living in, and we have to take our precautions. We have to protect our loved ones, right? And yes, we have to stay prayed up. So, sometimes when I think about it, I study the ones who died and didn't get a proper burial. I know when it first started, they were just cremating people and their loved ones. Some of them didn't even have closure. So, it's difficult for a lot of people. So we have to take precautions and safety measures. And all those promoters out there who are going to have events, take your precautions. You understand? Because even last week I had two funerals, and one of my co-worker died in a car accident. But the funeral service had a man taking our temperatures before we go and carry funeral home in Utica. And he was young, 42. Um, it's never easy to lose a loved one. Death is never easy. Death is never easy to get accustomed to it, because some part in our body, we still feel the grief. And I mean, when I see the wife break down, tears came out of my eye. It's never easy to lose a loved one. So be careful out there, guys. Be careful, and just, it's serious. It's serious business. All right. Um, what am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? I think I covered everything. Um, you could log on YouTube. You can look for Phyllis Worrell. I download all my past motivational Mondays there. So if you miss one, you can go back, and please subscribe, like, and share on my YouTube channel. Also, I have my Trini Sweet Tooth on Instagram, Facebook. Um, Look it up, let your family know, and stay safe. Love in the house, peace, love, and joy. Have a blessed and wonderful night. Thank you all for logging in. Thank you all for being my BFFs. And you guys rock. All right? So next week, please God, will be another week. And I love just chatting with you guys. Thank you, Ligia from Canada. Thank you, Shawnette. Thank you, Dane, Terrian, Juanita. Um, oh, so many people. Afia, Joanne, my sister in Trinidad. Thank you, Trini. Thank you, wherever you are in the world who's watching me. Love in the house, and have a blessed night. Bye, guys.